What's up guys, in today's video we're gonna wrap the rear bumper. I'm gonna show you how to wrap the rear bumper for a car. Let's do it. Okay, now we're gonna do the rear bumper, and this is the plan. I have to remove 2 screws from here to remove this one, but I also have 3 screws, 1, 2, 3 here to remove this fender liner, okay? And also I have to remove this vent from here, and it has 1 screw here, another screw here, so I just wanna unclip it to have a space to tuck the vinyl under the bumper. I don't want to remove the whole bumper, only I want to unclip it to have a space to tuck it under the taillights, okay? And the same thing here, bend, and these screws, 2 screws here and 2 screws on the bottom, okay? That's it. Also, I'm gonna put an inlay here like I did before. I'm only gonna do my wrap till this body line, okay? But if I was going to do all the wrap till here, definitely I will put an inlay in this area and an inlay in the bottom of this bumper, okay? If you're watching my course, you can click on the how to do inlays on my course. But if you're not, the link is you're not on the course, you can subscribe. The link is gonna be in the description of the video down below, okay? So let's continue with the installation. And also I did one mistake. I scratched my wrap. I was putting something on the trunk and I accidentally, boom, I hit it like this. Man, I'm mad and sad at the same time. But I'm gonna leave it for now like that. Probably in the future I'm gonna redo this one. I just put a patch for now, but if you see it, that was my mistake. Okay, so let's continue with the installation. Okay, first let's remove some plastics and the screws that I need to remove to unclip the bumper, like this, okay? I'm using an 8mm socket to remove the screw from the top. And then measure the size of the rear bumper and also the front bumper. Make sure this sheet will cover both bumpers because we're gonna cut it in half, and the one half is gonna be for the front and the other half is gonna be for the rear bumper. And also I'm removing the license plate because sometimes there's dirt under the license plate. I didn't want that to go under your wrap. Okay, I already removed the clips. So in here is only 1 bolt in here. I thought it was 2, but no, it's only 1 here. And then I just unclipped this part. So that's enough for me to tuck the material under there. So that's good enough for me to tuck it in there. Okay, you don't have to remove the whole bumper, but as long as I have this to make it look nice. And I still have to remove these vents. And that's it. You can see. And perfect. Good enough to tuck the material on the back. Okay, so let's continue with the installation. Okay, now the next step is to clean with alcohol the bumper. Make sure there is no dirt, and after that put masking tape on the areas that you think the wrap is gonna stick. And also I like to add more on the new wrap because you don't want to mess up your new wrap, okay? And now after that, put inlays on the area that you think that the material is gonna stretch too much. If the material stretch too much, it's gonna pull back, so that's why I always like to add inlays. And this is how my inlay looks. It looks great. And now I'm gonna add knifeless tape because I want my wrap to end till this body line because that's the way I want it. But if you are going to wrap all the way to the bottom, remember to add inlays. And also if you think that the line of the knifeless tape is not straight, fix it, because after you cut it and if it's crooked, there's nothing you can do. It's better to fix it before you cut the wrap, okay? Make it nice and clean cut. And now let's start by placing the material on top. And here I want to cut this piece because I'm not gonna wrap this area. And start from the middle. I like to start from the middle. I'll remove the backing paper from the middle and then stretch the material, use the heat gun and the squeegee. That's the whole process. Stretch, lift the material, make sure there is no wrinkle, lift it if you see any wrinkle, and then use the heat gun to make the vinyl softer. And now in this area, that's where the bend goes, so I would like to fit the material in that area to prevent overstretching. Okay, and after that, use the heat gun to make the material softer, stretch the material a little bit, make sure there is no wrinkle. With the squeegee, make sure that it's reaching all the area and there is no paint exposed, and leave a little bit extra of wrap to cover the paint, okay, and to tuck under the edges and the bottom. Okay, on the bend I have a little bit of knifeless tape to cut the excess material, and I'm covering the top part to tuck the material under the headlight and under the bumper. Okay, and here make sure the knifeless tape for the bottom of the bumper is straight, and then keep cutting little by little, but remember to leave a little bit extra to tuck on the sides. Okay, I did a little bit of the cut of a knifeless tape, and make sure everything is straight, all the cuts here. And after that, I'm gonna cut the knifeless tape for the bend. And then after that, I'm cutting the excess material, but make sure the line that you're cutting is straight and it looks even. Okay? Okay, now let's do the other bumper. So the key is to heat up the wrap material and stretch it as hard as you can, and make sure there is no wrinkle, because this is the hardest part, this curve. After you got that, that's it. The rest is easy. This curve is the hardest part of the bumper. Make sure that there is no wrinkles, and use the heat gun. Keep the heat gun very close to you, because you're gonna use it a lot, especially on these curves, on this bottom part and the side of the bumper. And here I'm cutting the excess material in order for me to fit the material in this area. Okay, so use the heat gun, a squeegee. Those are the best tools that you can use when you're doing a wrap. Here I'm cutting for the bend, but I have already a knifeless tape over there to cut the excess material. And here, stretch the material, make sure there is no wrinkle. Use the squeegee, the heat gun, stretch it, make sure it's straight and there is no wrinkles. Cut a little bit extra of material so you can tuck it on the sides, edges, and on the bottom. Okay, and in here I'm cutting the material, but I'm leaving like a 1/8 of an inch extra to tuck on the sides and the bottom. Here I'm using the heat gun first because I don't want any bubbles to be there in that crease, and then from there you can pull up and make it straight, and after that cut the excess vinyl. Put the rubber piece back, and that's it. Now the bumper is done. You can see it. I have to use a post heat. I have to use the heat gun to heat up all the edges in order for me to prevent them to lift in the future. Okay, all edges, use the heat gun to make it look more nice and clean. But as you can see, it looks super nice. Okay, but post heat is very important. Okay, because the material, the wrap, sometimes it will pull back. And in here I'm cutting the wrap that is on top of the sensor to make it look more nice and clean. This looks amazing. Look at that. We're almost there. I still have to put the Supra badge and the spoiler, but we're getting there. After I do the front bumper, I will do all the small details. Okay, also I'm gonna change the decals in yellow or white. I don't know, I still don't know yet, but we're almost done. The only thing left is the front bumper. That one is coming on the next video. Okay, all right, so thank you for watching. Okay guys, the rear bumper is done. It looks amazing, okay? The process is the same for most of the cars, so remember, when you're cutting the sheet to wrap the rear bumper, make sure the size it will fit to the front bumper too, okay? So that way you will not waste material, okay? But if you have a question, put in the comments. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this one. Remember, the last video for the front bumper is next, okay? Thank you for watching, subscribe for more videos like this one, and see you on the next video.